word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing.
Yeah, I'm Salak, bro. But yeah, man, you bringing out that word in the break room, man, or in front of your coworkers, man, you finna leave a lot of blood, man, because a lot of people finna get cut. You finna be cutting people from different angles. You didn't even realize it. And then you're gonna have a lot of bandages, man, because a lot of these people gonna get cut up, because a lot of these people ain't living right, man. And like I said, it's gonna make them feel uncomfortable. And when you make people feel uncomfortable, they're gonna automatically assume that you're the enemy. Why is he making me feeling like this, man? Why is he bringing out the scriptures? I already know how to live. I know the scriptures. You know, people gonna come against you, man, because they're gonna feel guilty about something, so they're gonna try to bring animosity to you, because misery loves company. These people don't live according to a standard, and these people feel guilty about it. They know they're not living right. And they're gonna get mad at you because you're trying to live right. And they feel like they gotta have the spirit to live right, and if they can't have the spirit, you can't have the spirit. So they're gonna try to make your life miserable. Keep going.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Discerner, exactly, man. So you bringing them scriptures out in the break room, man. People gonna start feeling some type of way.
That's right.
So you gotta be circumspect, man. Unless that person is the elect, or is trying to get the milk and is accepting of the doctrine, you don't need to be preaching the word to that person. You need to prove that person according to Sirach 6 and 8. You gotta prove that person. And prove it is not, like I said, trying to quiz that person as soon as you see him. Trying to ask this person, oh, what was John's rain? What was John's garment made out of? Quick, gotta tell me. What was he eating in the wilderness? You can't do it like that. You gotta be circumspect. And being circumspect is not always asking questions. It's about seeing and observing. It's about listening. Exactly. You gotta let seeing and observing paint the picture for you before you even start asking questions. Because sometimes before you even have a question formulated, you got a question formulated in your mind, you're looking for the answer. All you gotta do is listen and just be quiet and pay attention, and the answer can come right to you.
Yeah, I got that word circumspect for you.
Go ahead.
The word circumspect in the Greek is akribos, and it means exactly, accurately, diligently.
Exactly, accurately, diligently. Keep on.
Well, that was it on that, but if you go to the root word of it, it goes even deeper. I'll read it for you. The root word is akribes, which means exact, careful, of the strictest sect, the most precise and rigorous in interpreting the Mosaic law, and in observing even the more minute precepts of the law and tradition.
It means you gotta be precise, exact. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say it said careful. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful about how you pretty much how you act around these people, man. Because these people, they're not. You're different, man. They're not on the same level as you. The way you walk, the way you eat, the way you think, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself is not like everybody else. So if you like the brother was going into, you just can't be at your job telling somebody that, you know, that so-called white man's gonna go into slavery. You can't eat this, you can't eat that. The Lord gonna come down and destroy this place. Yeah, man, come on out to Akron and Main Street, man. You gotta hear this word, man. He come on out. You tell him something that he don't fit, that he get convicted in the spirit. Now you gonna go to work tomorrow. They gonna bring you into the office. Hey, what's this? What's going on right here? Now you out because you wasn't being circumspect.
I got a precept for you too. I didn't mean to cut you off. Hold that for me too. Sirach chapter 5, verse 13. Honor and shame is in talk, and the tongue of a man is his fall.
May I say this? I'm gonna say this. There's somebody who told me this and it always stuck with me. The person who speaks first usually loses, man. Why? Because that person that's listening is able to formulate an idea. And within that idea, he's able to really be able to combat what you're saying, man. Learn that work. So what do? You have to be quiet, man. Let people speak. A man is known by his talk. You already gonna know what a person is about by what he says, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sit back. You have to sit back and listen to what people say. Then you formulate your ideas about people, man. somebody that's talking about, oh man, I'm gonna go and have sex with this man, woman, or oh, I'm gonna shoot at the work, man, I'm gonna go to the club. You already know what type of man this is, man. Now, if you got a person, he might, I'm gonna go home and just chill out and study, man. But yeah, I just got this new book, Apocrypha. I want to check it out. Hey, that might, get your antenna raising, man. Then the Most High might put the spit on you to where that, you might sup with that person and he might come to the truth, man.
I got another one.
No, go ahead. That's what
Verse 11. Be swift to hear and let thy life be sincere.
Man, so you got to be quick to listen and let your life be sincere. So when you conduct yourself on the highways and byways, man, you're being true to the word, man. To who you were supposed to be by these scriptures, man. Not being pompous and I know scripture, so somebody say something to me, I'm gonna cut them up. That's not what this thing is about, man.
That's right.
This thing about being sincere in the truth, man. Go ahead, my brother.
And with patience, give answer.
That's right. So with patience, you give answers, man. Now, if somebody come to you and they ask a question, man, why you so quiet, man? Why you don't eat pork for real, man? Now I know you say it's unhealthy, but you're adamant about that, man. What's up? Then you might want to give the person an answer. If he sincerely asking you a question, well, I try to, abide by the law, the scriptures, or you might even say that way where the Bible says that. So I just try to, use the diet of the Bible, because I find out that it's very healthy after research. And that again, to make that person really value what you say, because you're walking how you're talking. Do you really think these people know who you are, man? After a week of being at work? After a month of being at work? No, man. Now, if you're consistently doing that for months, then a person gonna inquire about you, man. But your actions gonna dictate whether or not a person wants to talk to you, man. A person of understanding wants to talk to you. Then you'll be ready to get an answer, man. Go ahead, man.
I'm just gonna go ahead and read through verse 15. Verse 12. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth.
Because you could get yourself in some serious trouble, man. Now what if that dude right there, or a person at work, knew a little scriptures, man, and he messed around and said something that confounded you. Now you gotta go to the bathroom and text your brother. Oh shit, I gotta go. So brother, how you break this down? Hey man, you shouldn't put yourself out there like that. What you doing that at work for? You making them scriptures look bad, man. You making the truth look bad. All because of vainglory, man. The scripture said do nothing in vainglory. What is vainglory? Empty glory, man. I was able to cut a person at work. Whoa. Oh, I cut a person on Facebook. That's not what this thing is about, man. This thing is about being circumspect. It's first you have to be convicted. You got some more there, brother?
Yeah, but I'm gonna jump to chapter 20 and read a quick precept for you. Sirach chapter 20 and verse 5. There is one that keepeth silence and is found wise.
That's right.
And another by much babbling becometh hateful.
That's right, man. You can be saying the right thing, but if you're talking too much, people are gonna tune you the hell out. Why? Because you're talking too much.
You know what you're about. You solid, and you being quiet, man. People don't know what you're about, so they gotta come at you a certain way. They gotta respect you, man. Because think about it, man. Like if I'm just being quiet, I'm not saying anything. I'm already kind of tall, kind of big, man. People gotta come at me a certain way. You can't just come at somebody that's silent a certain type of way. You don't know what that person's about. This person's not talking about himself. He's not putting himself out there. That person could be a killer. You never would know. Why? He'll never say nothing. He always has the demeanor about him. He has a silent demeanor about him, and he lets his actions speak for himself. He's concrete with his actions. He's thorough with his actions. He knows what he wants to do. You don't know nothing about that person, so all you have is going off his actions.
And in that precept I read, the first part it says, there is one that keepeth silence and is found wise. What I've learned throughout my life is the less you talk, the more likely people is going to listen to you when you do talk. You're always running your damn mouth. People already know what you're about. They don't want to hear it because we already know what you're going to say. But if you holding your tongue and you're not always shooting off what you think, you're not always, well, 2 Corinthians, people are more likely to listen to you. Because when you speak, you usually got something to say, something that means something.
It sticks with you.
You can think about what you're gonna say. Because if you holding your tongue and you want to say something real quick, but you say, you know what, in your mind you say, you know what, let me think about what I'm gonna say before I say it. You got more thought to what you're saying if you're saying less words instead of talking all the time. Because if you're talking all the time, you talking as soon as something comes to your mind. Is if you can just thinking about what you're saying first, being quiet, then if somebody asks you a question, you can give them a well thought out answer that actually makes sense. Instead of just blurting something out, the first thing that comes to your mind.
Right. Verse 6, some man holdeth his tongue because he hath not to answer. And some keep it silence, knowing his time.
That's right, man. And you know what's funny is the scripture said that because you don't know whether or not the person has answered. But the fact that he's silent, you're revered, man. Does that make sense? You might not have an answer, or you might have an answer. But the fact that you're being quiet, people are going to respect you even more, man.
That's right. And the scriptures talk about even if you have a good word to say, if that good word is said out of season, then it doesn't matter. You got to know when to be Zachariah. You got to know when to be Michael. And when you at work, that ain't the time to be Zachariah. Like we always talk about. That's Clark Kent time right there. But even if you watch Superman, how did the people treat Clark Kent? With respect. They looked at him like he was a nerd. And there's a certain way that you deal with a nerd. You don't come at a nerd with all the bullshit that you got. You look at them as smart and intelligent, so they don't want to hear. He ain't gonna know nothing about entertainment. That's how I want them to deal with me. Same as they would deal with Clark Kent. Don't come at me about basketball, football, and this, that, and the other. Because I'm a nerd. I don't want to hear about that shit. Even though I may, I want you to think that I don't want to.
That's right.
And I learned, me myself, I keep giving my testimony. One thing, if I was going to talk about the scriptures, I always talked about it in a way where it's like, well, you know what? It was one day it came to me and said, man, if you're a Christian, you might as well halfway try to live like what the Bible says. So, I started looking up different things, and I kind of was like, said, don't eat this, don't eat that. So I just try my best to find things. It says don't eat shellfish, so I just don't eat it. Just give it to them in like little bitty spoonfuls. Don't just try to pour it all down their mouth.
You don't even have to say you got necessarily got for the body. Like, a good book told me this. You might even hit them with a precept, and they be like, damn.
Yeah.
But guess what? They don't even know that you got it for the Bible, man. Oh, this for the studious, man. That leave you the hell alone, man. When you put yourself out there like that, you're going to get caught up out there. And I'm talking from experience, man.
I am too.
I'm talking from experience, man. I've been out there at work talking that cash, nigga confounded my black ass. I done had that happen 2 times. Old roommate, even my roommate, he talking about Revelation when I first got in the truth. Man, that's not what it's talking about. But why are you talking about it if you don't even have the answer? See, I didn't have the answer. I should have shut up. And he would have respected me even more.
Where am I reading from? Sirach 20, and I started at verse 5, and I'm going to read through probably 7. I'm on 6 right now. Verse 6, some man holdeth his tongue because he hath not to answer, and some keep his silence knowing his time. Verse 7, a wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity.
That's right.
But a blabber and a fool will regard no time.
That's right. So you have to have look or listen to when it's opportunity for you to speak, man. Now, if something is going, somebody asks for advice or something that you see is going wrong, you know the answer to it, well, that might be a good time for you to say something, man. And that's when you'll get that reverence that you're looking for, because you gave a man the right answer. You have to wait for the opportunity to speak, man. But if you're going to be a babbler, man, people ain't going to regard what the heck you talking about, man. If you going to work and you just constantly talking. Sometimes, man, you might be saying, like I said, you might be saying the right thing. The fact that you say you talk so damn much, make people not want to listen to you, man.
It's like writing a paper in college. Like you giving out turning in the rough drafts instead of turning in the final draft. You know, you continue putting out rough drafts. So the teacher ain't gonna even look at your paper after the 5th rough draft. She's just gonna grade you and give you a 70.
That's right.
Whereas if you look at the rough draft and say, I don't know if I should turn this in. Maybe I need to edit a couple things here and there. And you turn in that final draft, now the teacher's like, man, this is a really well thought out paper. You know, well thought out, nice written paper. You know, a lot of these niggas out here rough draft ass niggas, man, they saying the first thing that's coming to their mind. Whereas, the men of the Lord, we trying to be the final draft, man. We trying to speak. Well, we trying to think about what we say first before we say it.
That's right.
Because out of our mouth comes no guile.
Yep. And second, because the scriptures tell us to be circumspect.
Kind.
You know what I'm saying? We have to be circumspect in our everyday lives, man. Nobody should have a bad report about us, man, because we represent Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua. Can you give me Matthew 10 and 6? Right quick. No, Matthew 10 and Salakia. Matthew 10 and 16.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
That's right. You have to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man. Now, does a dove be all loud and shit, talking that cash, man? When you see a dove, it's very meek, quiet, peaceful. Why is that? Because it's constantly looking for predators, man. It's hard to look for a predator when you're being loud. Most people, most animals that are prey, they're very quiet. Why is that? Because they're constantly listening. They're constantly looking around. It's being circumspect, man. And that's what we have to be in the truth. That's right.
Predators can be loud. Predators can be quiet too.
Yup. And they sit back and wait and listen to everything that you got to say. I'm gonna tell you the number one person who do that: females.
Yeah.
You ain't hear pillow talking these hoes or talking that cash, trying to show off at work. Behind these females, a woman to get your ass caught up. A woman to sit back in the car and let your ass talk for 3 hours. 3 hours.
She know about where you.
And she know about everything.
Where you keep your pistol at. She know everything.
Set your ass up, man.
She know
Get your
about
ass set up, man.
But that's beautiful. The brother was talking about animals. The bird is the bird of prey. It'll sit like a hawk or an eagle, sit at the top of that building, and it's just gonna watch and watch and watch. And when it finally sees that moment to swoop down, it's gonna swoop down and snatch that prey up and be on its way. But how can the bird catch the prey if it's up there talking, yelling at the next bird, talking about a basketball game, this, that, and the other? It's quiet, seeking the right time to come and get that animal. And like the brother said, he was talking about women. What do brothers call women? They call them birds. They do the same exact thing. Seeking when they can get your ass. So you have to be watchful even more than they do. To cover your ass. Yep. To not be so swift, so quick to let everybody know your business.
CYA, man. CYA, cover your ass, man. Cover your ass, man. Be circumspect out here. We still got to get our daily bread, man. There used to be a brother in the camp, man. He always getting in trouble and shit because he was talking all the time at work. I don't know why they don't like me, yo. Nigga, stop talking about the truth at work. In 7 years, you done had 7 different jobs. Why is that? Because Jacob ain't circumspect, man. This is more than this confounding people, man. It's about living this thing, man. This truth is about that's why I call it a double-edged sword, man. It could cut you and it could cut other people and it could cut yourself, man. The reason why it's gonna come. No, go ahead. You got it. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say something real quick. He was like, and this is at my job, you know, like at lunch, you know, I'll eat like a salad. You know, I keep it to myself.
Yeah.
You know, so this one Jake had walked up to me, you know what I'm saying? He like genuinely asked me. He was like, man, you know, I just want to know like what I'm here for. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. So I just told him something very simple, like the brother said in school for us. I was like, hey man, just fear the Lord and keep the commandments. That's what I do to